Out to, filing charges against Lyran felines that are manipulating cults, and not calling out by name as much as I would like to, but keeping that kind of in the general sense, because it's for now and for future cults, because religions will slowly turn into cults or alien cults over time. So it goes to them. And also a warning to let them know that feline energies will infiltrate and manipulate. Of course, they will try to spin everything around and try to keep themselves relevant as possible. Now, the reason for this, I was going to do this Friday, but instead, last night I didn't get attacked, but I had a not so friendly visitation. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and just like, maybe I don't want to go into that room. There's something there that's not very friendly. So I had an assortment of alien beings that were in what's called one of the rooms where I live, and it was very, very unpleasant. I know they're alien beings. I know they were just really pissed off and were out to add to that anger. So basically, we brought this about, and I did this in December, but now we're tying more of this to alien cult energy, where felines, or one feline for that matter, is infiltrating, and many are giving away their power and being mind manipulated to the highest extreme. Now, most of humanity obviously is lost. It does not has the same energy of it. Not to say they're doing the same thing, but it still has the same manipulation going on with it. And so, I don't really care what other people think. It is what it is. Manipulation energy is basically, once again, is a vampire energy for lost souls. And the cult followers obviously like the Branch Davidian of I don't have it just came to mind. The Branch Davidian of I can't remember what it is, but in Texas, it's kind of the same thing. Once again, not everyone's bad, not at all, but some are lost and get pulled into a situation where they think they are on the right track, but not realizing the founders are very corrupt. So also, this crimes against the felines also goes off to the founders of this cult and other future cults or current ones too. So it just calls them out for the corruption that they truly are. Once again, there is positive within darkness, but darkness is still there, and it's very manipulative. And these felines aren't what they... Now, there are positive felines out there, obviously, but there are dark ones here, because they can't have a reptilian running a cult, but they can certainly have a feline running it, because that's not known. There's no history of a feline manipulating humans. And the idea is to put this out before anything dark does happen that can cause any violence or anything like that. So, calls them out. They know who I'm speaking to. And obviously, they're going to be in denial, and that's typical. But, I mean, the error is there. The energy is there, and it ain't good. So, feline beings here are obviously another thing, what was brought up, which is makes a lot of sense too. A lot of felines are the alien beings, feel, they have to do this for their own survival. They, like when our race, whenever that will be, awakens to alien energies, that our race might go eradicate them. So keeping us, shut down is another way to keep us out of their business. It's all on how you look at it. Especially when you see these beings for what they truly are. Maybe they're not so friendly after all. Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't. And the ones that aren't so friendly don't want us in their way. So yeah, obviously our world is very irrational. It has rational parts, but it's very irrational too. It's extreme. And when it becomes more aware of its alien counterparts, it might not like how some of these felines are operating and act on it. Meaning like attack, whatever it might be. I don't know. I'm talking like in the future, I don't know. But from a feline's perspective, keeping us controlled in a cult environment makes sense. Say they're the mother or whatever kind of nonsense, to keep you, to babysit us for as long as they can. Because if people are awakening, we become dangerous, meaning that they don't know what we're capable of. They do. So like a feline energy says she doesn't like humans, and then becomes start like humans, like you don't like humans because you're not exactly a positive being to begin with. It's like, this world, when you see all the manipulations happening on this world, and some of the humans here are entities from other worlds that aren't so kind, from present planets. You go from present world to present world, that are actual criminal beings. They do a lot of violence here. You just take a look. That's a small amount, but still. But that is not positive at all. Might be some positive. There is, I guess there's some, but for the most part, the intentions are pretty dark. And it also goes to the founders themselves. So yeah, this is all set up before they incarnated here, and it's a pretty dark reality. So obviously some don't want to hear it, they don't want to go through it. I don't know what's going on with humanity itself. Is it going to wake itself up out of its daydream? Probably not. Because there is a way out, but is obviously not interested in seeing. Because you can actually bring these beings into our reality. I mean, technically I did last night. I mean, I felt it everywhere. They were not happy. Right now I think they're allowed to stay down, but who knows, I might get attacked tonight, who knows. Yeah, they're just showing their positivity. They're just embracing the good side of themselves. That's all. Yeah, it's like a garden club from hell, basically, that they brought. Yeah, so they're pissed off because they want to hold us They want to capture us. They want to hold us captive for as long as they can. It can only last so long. So I don't know what's going on when we'll unlock our reality, where these beings can start to be seen. We might have a few more years of that. It's hard to say. But these beings that are causing manipulation need to be called out and tattooed or whatever it is and put to trial. And the channeler is the cult founder and channelers also. So obviously there's going to be all kinds of names put, and they have to let these dark ones make their move for humanity to make a decision. Obviously humanity is still in the dark for the most part, but you would hope this will be a turning point for us to know more about our alien counterparts and bring more light to what is going on here, because they do exist. And it's time for us to, get reacquainted with them in a more physical connection. But, once again, the snail's pace of that isn't so, obviously many here are not ready for it. If you had a visitation like I did last night, where it's like, wow, all the crap is here. It's like, I understand why people don't want any alien visitation anytime soon. It's like, geez, I mean, it's like a dumpster came and just threw all their, trash out. It's like, come on. Yeah, so, yeah, these beings are definitely not, I mentioned the alien cult is very, very real. If it's so positive, why did I get a visitation like that? And it's not the reptilians. Actually, reptilians are laughing their asses off. There's a assortment of beings that are involved with it. It's also the co-conspirators of the cults. Also, it's not just the felines. It is also Syrian, Arcturian, some Arcturian, some Palladian. It's whoever is involved with these cults, not just one species. There are several. It's the whole, just the junkyard. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of denial of that, and beings are going to look the other way and try to get the hell out of it. But it all comes down to, it's a sewer. And, the idea is to, put light onto this so there is no violence or anything in the future, but it's hard to say. Because cults do turn into, it might take a while, but it turn nasty over time. Not to say it's not already. It pretty much is already. So, it's just obviously they're looking the other way, denial. And, lost souls just keep piling up. So, once again, I feel there is a lot of eyes on there, on the outside. And there's not much they can do until something does go wrong there. Once again, all light is on the founder. Feel an awakening. Your abilities will increase. Your knowledge will increase here. And those that are manipulating people, that have been powered up, will start to feel themselves going down. They're not as strong as they used to be because they're abusing it. So obviously they're not going to say that. It's actually been going on for some time, actually. So it's like, you do all this stuff like a fireworks show, real attractive. You pull in the cult followers, the lost souls, and then the messages get kind of lost and just creating nonsense over time. So, let's see here. Message from Spirit. Everything takes a long time. You're warning the treadmill of life. You're unraveling this earth. Many wish to do it sooner than later, but this is the alien growing pains many of you are least expecting. The alien inside is not as easy to open up as some might think. Reality, humanity is still holding on to the old tricks of reality, and many of you are bringing in higher dimensional energies. Ascension, vibrations. Ascension is how you define it. It doesn't necessarily have to be how others define it. It's your definition that matters most. That you're connecting to your highest purpose, and that's all that matters. Your highest purpose isn't going to be always like everyone else's. Everyone's always going to be individual. Everyone's always going to see different timelines. Situations like with Michael Jackson going on, things like that. You're always, connect more with that. But the beings that are causing difficulties, yes, you always, as difficult as to thank them for their manipulations, but also realize it also opens you up faster. So they're there for a reason. It does not mean you have to justify their darkness or agree with it, but realize they play a role in self. They're for themselves, basically, or those that are running these operations. Realize also it speeds up your process, and not necessarily you're going to be able to heal them. They'll find their own healing when the time is right. What matters is that you dust yourself off and move forward. Many souls here are very easy to capture, because all this alien knowledge is very unusual for most species. Knowing yourself is very not an easy. You're redefining yourselves here, and most of humanity is still baby stepping into that. Basically, you're going into an era of connecting to alien beings physically. You're opening that world. You open up your astral world, open up your psychic senses, where you can actually be with these beings, your families, and actually feel them in this reality. Yes, they can instantly show up in a second, but they're training you to see them, to go through your hardships, Dust yourself off. Keep going forward. Not let it be manipulated. If anyone says most of humanity is terrified of all this when it comes down to it. It's just they're going to say whatever they can. Skeptics are the worst. Skeptics are wrapping themselves around with tinfoil to keep them away from opening up spiritually. They use their spiritual powers for different reasons to keep them as someone else's. Because those are part of those cult energies. They're trying to slow everyone down, not just themselves. Trying to slow you down. Come back to my level. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep going forward. Keep going forward. So it gives you an idea of how, yes, it's very sophisticated of manipulations on this world. They want to fear you into not opening up. Yes, you're not going to go as fast as you'd like to. Many would like to go fast. That doesn't mean you're not capable of. It's just that your body's adapting to the darker energies. Now we have a cult here with alien energy. It shows you are getting close to alien connections. So the bigger the cult, the bigger the fear, basically. The fear of themselves opening up. They can connect to everything but themselves. They do to a degree, but at the level of basically letting themselves blossom. That doesn't mean some of them aren't, but then they go brag about it. I can do this, you can't, A lot of soul growth there. A lot of humility that is needed. I got a long ways for that, as you can see. Adolescence, but it just still means that alien connections are getting stronger here. It's almost like the bigger the cult, the more close you are getting to alien connections. Yes, a strange way of looking at it, but it's true. It shows you are going the right way. Even if you don't want nothing to do with that, many are still going to hold on to those strings of manipulation, because that's the only, they don't know where else to go. Going within is very opening up within, but going further than that. Opening to higher dimensional self. In some of, yes, many of you, you realize that many of you are able to actually, yes, astrally leave this planet, but also you will get to a point where your vibration is so high you can also leave this earth and then come back through portal vibrations. Go above a dimension, leave and come back. Even in the physical body, you can actually activate that. When is another story. But, this is where you're coming to. As for flight and all that, some will connect to, basically you're just healing the Earth's vibrations. That does not mean there won't be an alien shift. We will get more of awakening of what's occur, what's coming. Just have to, getting to know yourself, sometimes the worst thing you can ever do. Getting to know your own vibrations. It's like you're stuck at home by yourself. You have all these distractions. But how about you put those to the side and see what you have within. Everybody's capable of this. You feel an alien energy, you might see yourself as an animal, a feline, a cat, dog, whatever it might be, or a Pleiadian, Syrian, whatever it might be that is living within you. You resurrect that side of yourself. You're opening, you're unlocking yourself. You don't always have to do it, because you do get exhausted and you have to play the role of the human. But every once in a while you dive into yourself and see what you have. What other treasures. There's many treasures within everyone. In this world, basically, it makes it difficult to find it, because you're learning from the outside. And you're actually used to being within in other realities. This reality obviously takes it the other way. Now you're outside instead of within. So going within is seem like heresy. It's like it's against the wall to find yourself. Because these corporations are here to be your mothership, to program you. And you cut all that connections off. It's like, I'm just going to trust myself more in depth and connect to my alien, my psychic abilities, my multi-dimensional self, and let the world be lost as long as it needs to be. Yes, it is, and you will see more of the Archon manipulations going around. Yes, you'll feel like you're in a movie too. Technically, that's where the movies come from from reality. They're showing you basically the tentacles of the Matrix are everywhere. They're foaming at the mouth to keep everyone in. But when you disconnect, that's when your power starts to become stronger and stronger and stronger. And we're not just saying that. You know it's true because you can feel it yourself. We're not just telling you these things. You know it already. You feel yourself like a light bulb activating. You've been connecting to the natures of Earth, changes its vibrations. Those that come through occult energies are obviously the founders, have a lot of darkness within they're not willing to let go of. There's a lot of troubled soul energy there. Not for you to heal unless you make that your mission, but they can also pull you in and you might not like what you go through. So it's best not, it's up to you, but it's best just to follow your own path, not worry about them. Because it might get darker than you might ever imagine. The layers of happiness can only last so long as you see through it and see there is a much darker tone going on there. As souls here are having difficulties, it's a dark energy that's been come from other realities. Basically, they were a pain in the ass in other worlds too, not just this one. They've gone to world doing these things. It's like a road show of manipulation. So, they have not been to a world like this in quite some time doing these things, but they have been in other realities. Yes, it is a trickery there. Basically, tried to trick everyone to feel like they are positive when in truth there's something else going on there. Actually, when you go into the magician of tricks, see how the magician's doing these things, obviously they don't like you to see what they're up to. And the ego there is massive to hide what is truly going on there. Yes, there are two souls that are very, yes, demonic, but also self-serving. Self-serving to a degree that is unprecedented to many. So, but yes, future connections. Now, many will connect to the alien energies within their religions and be lost as hell about it. Yes, so will become one will join their religions of alien discoveries and manipulate the hell out of everyone. While the pastor's sitting there saying, I don't know what the hell is happening. So it's going to be above people's heads. It already is to a certain degree. You have not seen nothing yet. As the alien vibe increases, right now people are looking at externally through the ships. Once again, there's a fear of that, finding it within. Many are actually kind of diving in. It's a slow dive. The alien within basically to release this reality. Releasing a reality like this is not, it's not something you do overnight. It's something that you slowly adapt. The Renaissance was not born overnight. This is the same thing. Yes, an alien renaissance, a soul discovery of yourself, higher dimensional renaissance. I call it an alien renaissance. You're basically letting go of your old ways. The old ways are, not to say the new ways are going to be easy, because the manipulators of the old world are going to manipulate the new ways, but it also does show that your alien vibrations, your alien selves are finally coming out. It is still, yes, in its infancy of alien acknowledgement. The soul acknowledges alien roots, and more of those to unlock for the rest of your world community. Some will have a lot of fun with it. They'll be confused as hell and not understand a damn thing what they're connected to. But do realize there's much more going on, because eventually in your society this will become the norm. Discovering yourself. As yes, this is waters. Once again, many of you are ready to just take the leap, dive into the ocean of the unknown. You're already doing that. but many want to take it to a whole new level. And being patient is almost like a nightmare. Because you know there's much more to this world. You're connecting to it, you feel it, and you want that interaction. And it's like living in hell, because it has not occurred in your physical realm. You have been heard. Realize, we're going to call it basically the children of your reality have not quite gotten there just yet. But the unmasking of your world is on its way. Of timelines, you will actually know. You might not like the answer, but it's already known to many of you. Yeah, the answer is not as oh, a couple of years. How about now? No, a couple of years. So, but between now and then, there will be a few surprises. So expect that. The surprise, yes, is within, but also clarity of your reality. It is, yes, there is other parallel realities that are going to start opening up, but there's so much more. Basically, your connection to spirit become like you're talking to the spirit world. It'll be like talking to a friend you have next to you. That is the world you are bringing into this reality. And those skeptics here, once again, are holding on for dear life to the old world. A challenge that is much needed, because it speeds many of you up. It's like, whoa, I didn't like that vibration, what that person said. I'm not connecting to guides or aliens, or are you kidding me? So that just speeds you up even more. It's like, now I want it even more, because I don't want that crap. So you're going to keep pulling in more of your higher dimensional self and feel more clear. And your realities will make more sense. Making more sense sometimes mean there are so many different parallel realities you're going to connect to. One lifetime you have large ears, others have small ears. One lifetime you'll have be a male, other be